Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 1 of my new YouTube channel called SEO in the Details. I basically thought of the name because I do SEO for a living, and I'm really invested in helping the detailing community, whether you're a detailer, a product company, a distributor, whatever it might be. I think a lot of what we'll cover in my channel will help any type of business. And I think it's important to give back to the community and to all of you. So that's what led me to start this. The first episode is solely about local SEO and some basics that can help any type of business. Of course, a detailing company, but extends past that. But I hope there's some basic tidbits here that will help you all kind of take that next step, maybe to help your local impact. And local is just a great way to start if you don't have a website or whatever it might be. And I think it's very valuable to use. So let me pull up my presentation and we can walk through that. And I think that a lot of this stuff will be easy to follow, and hopefully you guys can take away a lot from it. And again, any questions you might have, just hit me up and we can walk through it for you some more. Again, this is my first episode doing this, so please be gracious. Just working through the kinks. But local SEO is huge. It can definitely help any sort of local service-based business, like a detail company, PPF, tints, etc. And before I really get into this, but who am I? Like, why would you want to listen to somebody like me? I've been doing SEO for 14 years in both the agency environment, working for mega brands, as well as in-house, meaning that I work for an actual corporation leading their SEO teams. I currently lead the SEO teams for 4 different women's clothing brands. I'm responsible for about $150 million a year in business, give or take a little bit there, depending on the year. And I lead the team completely on that. I also have 32 years of detailing experience. So like, why would you listen to me about detailing? Well, I've been doing it for a long time. I started out at a customization hot rod restoration shop back in Chicago when I just had turned 16 and was detailing show cars and muscle cars and hot rods for things like SEMA and the Detroit Autorama. And the Detroit Autorama has an award called the Riddler Award, which is one of the biggest custom car awards that you can win. And that's the stuff I was detailing and cleaning back then. I also did mobile detailing for 12 years. I paid my way through college and continued on for about 10 years after that, and stopped doing mobile probably in about 2010-ish. I'm also part owner and operator of Glovebox Detail. We're a monthly subscription service for car detailing products, as well as our own product line called Glovebox RX. And I'm just a dedicated, complete gearhead, car nerd. I have 2 fun cars that I drive when it's not freezing cold and snowy out like it is right now. I love working on them, doing my own maintenance and repairs, and I detail them constantly and coat them and polish them and, just make sure they're all dialed in. So that's a little bit more about me and what I'm about, so you can have a little bit more faith in what I'm talking about. And what is local SEO? So local SEO is local search engine optimization. It's basically the process of improving your business's local visibility. Most of the time, or historically, this was for physical companies that had a brick and mortar location. But it could expand way past that, especially nowadays. And by following a lot of the best practices that I have in this presentation, you should be able to improve your local results on your business, no matter what your business is. And why it's important is Google is huge with local intent. So about 46% of Google searches have a local impact on them, meaning they'll show up in local results 46% of the time, no matter what you're looking for. Something will usually trigger a local asset to pop up in your search results, whether you're looking on your phone or a tablet or on your desktop or laptop, whatever it might be. 29% of Google's search results contain a local map pack in the results, which is that map with the little pins and balloons on them. And then 76% of consumers use local because of their mobile device. So they're searching for something local, for whether it's a restaurant or a store or a gym or whatever it might be. 76% of consumers use the local results, and because they're on a mobile device. So mobile has a huge impact on what you see in your local results, and you want to try to capitalize that on as a business owner. So who needs local SEO? Any business technically can do it. It doesn't just have to be a physical location. Like historically, most brick and mortar stores had a Google My Business account or a local impact because they actually have a physical address. But nowadays, anyone can take advantage of it. Especially with the rise of mobile devices, you want to make sure that you show up there. So physical detail shops, of course, or any physical store. A mobile detailer can still have local impact. PPF and tint shops, paintless dent removal. Maybe you're a detailing supply company or like a distributor, whether that's someone that just does sales nationally, or locally, but also nationally. Like you can have a local impact to take advantage of anyone in your area that might be looking for your type of business, or you're a detail product brand and you want to connect with customers, you want to get reviews, whatever it might be, you can have a local impact on that. There's always a local play that you could take advantage of. So that's kind of what this whole presentation is going to be about. So some basics, or like a checklist that you can use in your business to make sure that you are trying to hit all the points of a local impact for your company. You want to first and foremost create and optimize your Google My Business account. If you don't have one, we'll kind of get into setting that up here a little bit. This includes things like your hours, what categories you impact, whether it's detailing or washing, whatever it might be. Business descriptions important. It describes to the people looking for a product, service, whatever their question is in Google. It allows them to see what your business is about. You want your phone number in there, social links, and other details that will want them to click on your business and not somebody else's. Add your business address to your website. So if Google, Bing, Yahoo, or any other search engine can read a physical address on your website, it knows where you are. It can kind of confirm that, and it'll give you more value and weight behind people looking for things in your area. And some other things are, make sure you have individual location pages if you have multiple locations to your business. Add your business address to your social media accounts. Again, people look on Facebook, Instagram, what have you, for different things, and there's that local aspect to connect with people. Like when I started with Glovebox, I ordered from gloveboxdetail.com. I got my first mystery box, and it was something I saw. They were based in Chicago, where I live, and I was like, oh wow. So I reached out to them and became part of the business after a longer story, but I made that connection because they were a local business. Ensure your website is mobile friendly. Nowadays, everyone's on their phone. A huge chunk of mobile or website traffic, business traffic, is all based on mobile. So you want to make sure your website's mobile friendly. Add Search Console to your website. Google Search Console is a free tool that we'll kind of talk about more. Add GA4, which is Google Analytics, to your website, another free tool that Google provides. Ensure that your name, address, phone number, and URL is consistent across the internet and across all your properties that you control, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, your website, Google My Business. You want to make sure everything's spelled out exactly the same way, no matter what profile you're looking at or property. So that could be road spelled out ROAD versus RD. Like to humans, that is the same thing, but to search engines and things online, those are differences that you want to eliminate. Create additional citations in online directories. So Google My Business is the big one, but there's other ones out there like Yelp, Yellow Pages, etc. We'll talk more about that. Add your URL and address to any local partners you have or other websites that you work with. If you're a distributor, make sure you get added to that company's product list of preferred, providers. If you have any partnerships with like the Chamber of Commerce, ask them to list your business and website if you can. So Google My Business is a huge free tool that Google offers. It's probably the largest aspect of local internet and search that you can do. So you want to create that right away. You control it. You can update it easily, which makes it super friendly for a business owner. It's free on top of that, hence the big bold free thing that I have there on the screen. It doesn't cost you any money to do it. It might cost you to run ads and do other promotions and things, but it's absolutely free to set up. Some of the benefits are you get your business listed in Google Maps, and it makes it easier for people to find you in the search results. You'll show up in the Google Map pack, and it just adds probably the biggest factor for Google local results that you can have. Without it, you probably won't show up. And then you also get Google reviews, and you can ask for reviews from your customers, which helps build trust to your website or to your business. Google reviews are just a great thing. Without a Google My Business account, you're not getting those. It's also free. You could publish, or free marketing, because you could publish pictures, you can do social media updates, you can promote offers, maybe deals that you have, and just a lot more. And then Google My Business is mobile friendly. So it shows up on mobile devices, on your tablet, on your desktop, your laptop, anything basically. It works on any device. So you want to make sure that you just get your Google My Business set up. And back to the prior slide, 76% of people on their mobile phones get a local, are looking for local intent. So that's why you want Google My Business, especially for that mobile aspect of it. So Google My Business in the local map pack, they call it. So the map pack, also known as the local pack, is the 3 local businesses that show up in the map results. And Google pulls these, and it's based on, of course, their algorithm, which businesses show up there. Usually 99% of the time, you'll see 3 businesses listed there. Sometimes you might see 1 or 2 based on your geographic area. Maybe it's a smaller community or less businesses in that space, so there's less competition, which is even better for you. And there's ways to improve these results, but you will not show up in these results unless you have a Google My Business account. So you have to get these set up to get your business listed there. And usually ones with a physical address are the ones that are going to show up here. So you having that physical address of some sort is super helpful. Being mobile, you can still have some impact, but not as dedicated as you'll see here to these local listings that are showing up. So this is the major aspect of Google My Business that I would say that people can understand when you talk about local SEO. You can physically see these in all the things that you do in your life, whether you're looking for a restaurant, a shoe store, whatever it might be. This is how you show up there. So it's super important. And these listings that do get listed here, that you'll see here, they get more clicks to their businesses than the listings that are buried in the more results that you have to click on, or more businesses or places that you see down here. So really getting your spots in these top 30 spots, getting your business in these top 30 spots, I should say, is ideal. Some Google My Business optimizations that are helpful, and tips that I can offer all of you. Complete every section of your Google My Business account. Don't half-ass it, if you will. Quality counts. So take your time on all this stuff. Yes, you can come back and finish things later. You can make updates all the time, but you want to put your best foot forward, complete all the sections to your best ability. Make it a full profile. You don't want to leave a bunch of stuff blank. Quality is the biggest thing I could beat here. It beats speed. It beats, all the other things. Like, you really want to take your time on all this. The business description, is extremely important and really beats that quality aspect, because this is your spot that you sell your company, your business, your service to people. Like, they're reading about your business. So it's gibberish, or if it's incomplete, or just has poor grammar and bad spelling, it just makes your business look unprofessional and bad, and probably not going to get the clicks that you would be if you really spent your time there. You have 750 characters to work with, and that's what's going to allow you to separate yourself from other businesses. So, take your time on that. Maybe have a friend or a business partner or someone you trust or whatever, read through it and make sure it sounds well written and it hits home what your business is about, and really set yourself up for success. I think the service area section here in part C is super important. So yes, you might have a physical location, or you're based out of a certain town. This is where you add a service area that says to Google, like, hey, I might be based out of Chicago, Illinois, but I also work in these different cities around there. Or you're based in Orlando and you work in these other service areas, because maybe you're mobile, or some of your services take you away from your central hub, or maybe you're just trying to reach out to more people in your area, extended area, I should say. And that's where you're going to be able to capitalize on that. And that kind of ties back to your mobile or your business description. You could put in there what areas you work in, and of course your services that you provide and things like that. Part D, have your website URL as it is in your live website. I don't know how many times I see companies put their website in there. They might have an old format. They might be missing the www if you have that. They maybe have just bad formatting. They don't have the right HTTP or HTTPS format set up, and it's just sloppy, and again, it could be inconsistent. So make sure that's updated to the most recent version of your website. And anytime you update your website, maybe you moved it and you changed something, make sure that is accurate. You can also add your social links. So any Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever the accounts are that you own and operate, include those there. Having your hours is important. Keeping that blank. You may not get calls because people don't know when you work, or maybe you have the wrong hours and people show up at your business and you're closed, but it says that you're open, or maybe they don't know and they showed up at your business at 8 a.m. but you don't get there till 9. Well, you just upset somebody for no reason. So make sure you have your hours there. And then if it's a holiday, you can change your hours for that holiday. So, whether it's Thanksgiving, you're closed, or maybe you close early, whatever it might be, you can include all that. So make sure you do that. Select your primary and secondary categories. So you're basically telling Google and the people looking for your type of business what type of business you are. Are you a car wash? Are you a car detailer? Or whatever it might be. You can add categorization to identify what that is to people, and of course Google. So if people are searching generally for things, Google can attribute that to your business. Again, you can play around with that. You could try to add your own categories, so ceramic coatings and stuff, but sometimes based on when you're setting up your account and how stringent Google's going to be, you might have to stick to their pre-formatted categories. So just play with that a little bit. Applicable attributes. I'll say that fast. Does your business have free parking? I'm in the Chicagoland area. If I go downtown to see a business, do I have to pay for parking somewhere? Is your business owned by women? Is it Black owned, Asian owned, LGBTQ plus? Are you a veteran, a small business owner, whatever it might be? There's attributes there that you can add to just give context to people that might be trying to help out that type of business or feel comfortable working with that type of business. And there may be some algorithm tweaks that help you with that sort of thing. And another one is accessibility. That's good for ADA, the American Disability Act. Do you have wheelchair access? Do you have certain accessibility to things that help people that might have a disability? Is that applicable for your business? Do you have an elevator? Whatever it might be. For most detailing businesses, that might not matter, but if you have any of those, you just want to add them. Same thing with D, part D here, the bathroom. Do you have a bathroom in your business that the public can use? Is it private? Is it family accessible? Things like that, again, might not be applicable, but if it is, like, put it in there. Same goes for part E, the crowd, like who you work with. Are you friendly to other types of demographics, LGBTQ plus, for example? Put all that in there if it's something that you work with or you're proud to display. And then finally, another big one here is languages. Like if you speak Spanish, French, Vietnamese, Arabic, whatever it might be, list that there. That has a lot of weight on local intent. If people are looking for a business to work with and maybe they don't speak English or they don't speak it well, and they have a native language, that's a huge aspect that might get you business over a different company because you have that ability. So make sure, again, you take your time on setting up your Google My Business account and fill it out as much as you can. And then some other things on, ranking better. So you want to make sure that you, of course, fill out your information the best you can and as high quality as you can, but then the bigger things come from actually continuing that work. So just like taking care of your grass or maintaining a vehicle or doing maintenance washes, like that's something you do ongoing. So the biggest thing I can say for your Google My Business is constantly make updates. Consistency is huge. You can post things like adding in, like booking an appointment. You can do things about calling the store or your shop. You can add events. You can do links to blogs or social posts. You can add offers. So, Black Friday was this weekend. Maybe you had a Black Friday sale. Maybe you had a gift card offer. You can have people sign up for newsletters or information on different things that your business might be doing. But one of the easiest ones you can do here is the last one, pictures. Constantly post pictures of you in your business doing the work on a vehicle. And then when you do that, create the name of the picture that makes sense. So don't just add something that's got like IMG_9274. Like that doesn't mean anything to Google or anybody. When you save those images, name them. So maybe it's 2024 Tesla Model S black ceramic coated, something like that. That gives context to Google and screen readers of what that image is. So people use screen readers all the time that maybe they don't see well or they don't distinguish color, and you can really help your local results with that type of thing. Again, consistency is key. I have people that I've helped with their websites, their businesses, and they might post one update a month and then they haven't done one for 3 months, but yet they're mad that they're not getting any results. So their local results aren't improving. Well, they're not honestly doing the work they need to do. Running your business is one thing, promoting your business is another thing, but marketing your business is a whole separate animal. So you have to do all those things to keep things growing and improving. You should spend some time every week working on this, whether it's setting a calendar update to yourself, maybe 2-3 times a week, or maybe once a week. Like every Friday at 7 a.m. you post a Google My Business update, or maybe it's 2 days a week or what have you, just to remind yourself to do an update. And it only takes a minute to add a picture. So, we're all busy. So saying I'm busy and I can't do it is, you need to do it. So don't make excuses, just get it done. Or tap somebody that you know or work with to help you with it. Pay your little brother or sister to help you if it's that big a deal that you don't have the time. Or a coworker, an employee. Like, you got to make the effort. Another section that's super important here that I've highlighted is questions and answers. So you can offer a lot of insights that people ask. Maybe there's common questions that your customers ask you, or potential business ask you, whether it's prices, what services or products you offer, what brands you might use, or maybe you're a brand yourself. How long does it take you to get your orders out the door? Or do you ship to different places, or do you visit different locations, or whatever your questions are that you get constantly? Create a Q&A section. It answers a lot of people's questions. It might give them faith to click on your business. You can add things like, do you offer gift cards or group discounts? And you could put, yes, we do, for firefighters, police officers, veterans, teachers, etc. Like, those are things people look for. Maybe not a large amount of folks, but you get 1 or 2 extra people looking for that thing every week or every day or every month. Like, that adds up over time, and it's just something simple you can do. So fill out that Q&A section, and get as detailed as you can. You're never going to do wrong by doing more in that section. One of the things about Google My Business that we mentioned earlier is you get Google reviews now for your business. So yes, you can get those naturally from people, but a lot of times, in my experience, you got to ask people to leave a review. The reviews you usually get automatically or like naturally are usually negative ones. People that aren't happy with a service, a product, something that happened with your business, or a food order or whatever. Like, those are the people that naturally post as the negative review. So to offset that, you've constantly got to request people to leave a review. You could give them a postcard, in the mail. You can leave one in their car. You can give them a goodie bag with something with a postcard in it that maybe has a QR code or just asks for a review. You can send an email blast to new clients or follow up with clients over time. You don't want to, spam people, but, asking for a review is an easy thing to do on their part. You don't want to officially entice them to give you a review that goes against Google's best practices. I've seen other content providers or content creators post about, giving offers on getting reviews, which is fine, but don't make it that Google can see that, because then you're putting yourself out there to get flagged by Google. I've been brought in to help a local auto dealership, one of the biggest ones in the Chicago area. And they basically got caught doing bribing people for reviews, in a sense, is how Google looks at it, and then also publishing reviews on other people's behalf without their consent. And they got completely taken down from Google My Business, which they had thousands of reviews and years and years and years and years of history and impact from their Google My Business account. And they got caught, and that got shut down, and they had to basically start over after a probationary period. So don't do anything shady. It's not worth it. So send out emails, post social posts like, hey, on Facebook or Instagram, leave us a review. Again, QR codes that are easy when they're at maybe at your store, your detail shop, or your PPF's location, or whatever it might be, and they're next to a register or whatever it is, give them a code to scan. Or you could send a text message, hey, how'd you like your detail or the products that you bought, or whatever it might be. leave us a review. That's all easy stuff that you can do. And again, if you need help, ask someone to help you put that out there. But even if you do that once a week or once a month, like over time, that'll help you gain more high quality reviews. And it's not just the number of reviews you want, well-written text reviews, as well as scores that are higher. That all over time will help you. This is just an example of an unoptimized Google My Business account versus an optimized one. I didn't want to call out any detailers or brands specifically, but there's plenty out there that, again, have a bare bones, unattractive listing that's not completed. You could see which ones are built out more. You'd probably want to click on them as a user or like a person searching for something on your own. The one on the right just has a lot more information that will entice you to click on them versus the one on the left. So again, that's where that take your time, complete all the information that I mentioned earlier. It's just worth it, and you'll get the results a lot quicker from your local business page. So here's some things that you can do on your website if you have one. Again, if you don't have a website, that's where Google My Business is super helpful, because you'll at least have a presence online. If you do have a website, you want to make sure that you're optimizing it for local results. So make sure first and foremost that your business has your business address is listed on your website as it is listed on Google. You want to make sure that's all consistent, like I mentioned earlier. If you have multiple locations, you want to have a dedicated page for each location. So here I just used Adams, but you can click on Thornton, Colorado or Anaheim, California. It takes you to a specific page for that location. If you don't have a location for multiple places, but you want to grow your service area, you can create specific pages for those areas. So I just use the example here, like ceramic coatings in Orlando. Maybe you're not based in Orlando, but you're trying to show up for that service in Orlando. Create dedicated pages for those locations. Or if you have a major ceramic coating services page, you could put bullet pointed lists of like the locations that you work in, and that might have a little bit of an impact for you. But dedicated pages for anything, a service or a location, is where you're going to see the results quicker. To compete with brands that or businesses that do have a physical location in that town, you need to do the extra work and put in the effort to try to, beat them in their own town. So that's an easy way to do it. And take your time building your pages out. You don't want to race it. You want to put in the effort. Make sure you have a location or like a map for each location if you have an applicable location. If you don't, you could put like a generic map there, I suppose. If you have a physical location, you want to add an image of your storefront. It just helps people find your store, connects them with the location. If you're in the city, you don't want a picture of a storefront that's got the mountains in the back of it. Like, you're going to lose relevancy with people because, they want to know where they're going and not get lost or not be deceived or whatever it might be. And each location add like specific details of what you do, maybe what services you offer. I think adding prices, even if it's just a starting price, is important for every location. Maybe there's different things that you offer at each location. So you want to set things up so there's no confusion by people. They don't show up at one store and think, oh, I thought you did the same thing here. And then they get upset that you don't have that listed out. And then make sure that you're optimizing your SEO elements of each page or part of your website, and use highly identified title tags, or SEO title it might be called. Your headings are all unique, and the content for each page is unique. You don't want to duplicate things. Google likes unique content. Anything that's duplicated gets ignored, or if you really beat it to death, you can get kind of penalized for that, which I wouldn't worry about so much in a small business, but a large scale business that gets a little shady. So make sure you put in your effort and make sure that each page is unique and you're not just plagiarizing. Don't ever plagiarize another site. Use your own verbiage. and put the effort into building out those pages. Some free tools I recommend for any website or business owner is Google Search Console. So basically, that's a free tool that you can see here on the top of my screen, and it connects you to Google. It's the only way you can get a connection to Google that you can communicate with them. They send you information about clicks, keywords, popular pages, or questions people are finding your business with. You can track errors, broken pages, or other technical issues that you might have without paying for any SEO tools. This one's free. It tells you if you have like a 404 error page, or maybe you changed something and something broke. It'll tell you some details on that. It can identify if you have super slow pages, if you have a manual action against your business. A manual action is a penalty from Google. So say you got talked into a link building scheme and they caught you, like they would contact you through there. You can also tell Google to update their search results based on your pages. So you say, hey, Google, look at this page, and you submit that page to the search engine to get looked at quicker. So it's a good way to connect new information or updated information to Google faster than waiting maybe a week or two for Google to crawl your website and make that update on their own. An extension of Google Search Console is GA4, otherwise known as Google Analytics 4. This is a recent version that just came out in the last year or so, and it is a way to track your website's visitors, get enhanced data on where they're from, who they are, if it's a female, a male, what age group they might be in. You can get conversion data, meaning if you have signups for things or if you actually sell products, you can find out how much revenue you're making. It can connect ads data, so you know how much you're spending on ads and what results you're getting from your ads, and a lot of other things. So GA4, Google Search Console are all free, and I recommend getting that set up on your website. If you need help with that, you can reach out to me and we can walk through that for you, but you can find a lot of information on YouTube on setting that up, and it's well worth it. Ubersuggest is a keyword research and SEO tool that you can set up. There's a free version that allows you to track, I believe, 25 keywords. So you could track ceramic coating near your town, or detailing services, or if you sell and manufacture products, you can list those. If you have the money, you could pay for a monthly account that you can track a lot more keywords and track your competition if you wanted to at a local level. That's the nice part about Ubersuggest. You can select your town or city that you can track the data in. If you're a more national brand, then you can do the continental US. But that context is important, because if you have only a local detail shop, you don't need to worry about national rankings for, ceramic coatings or whatever. You want to know what you're doing in your local area. And that one's a great one to use. I don't recommend using their SEO services. I've heard some bad things about getting caught into contracts and bad results, so I would stay away from that, but their tools are great. Their keyword research is great, and things like that, so I would recommend that. Word Counter is what I use as a free tool to find out how long your content is, whether you're writing in a description, page content, a title tag, a meta description, writing your ads, etc. Character counts are a big deal, kind of like Twitter or X. You have 140 characters or whatever it is to get your message across. There's some rules on SEO best practices for some things that you need to be under a certain character count, or Google chops off the information. It looks kind of incomplete. You want to make sure that you are following that. Or if you're writing content for your business description in Google My Business, is a great way to do it, to see how much of that character count you're using. And then run it through a spell checker. Make sure you're not spelling things wrong or using bad grammar or making typos. Put in that extra time and effort there, and you'll look more professional and complete as a business owner. Another thing to do on top of Google My Business, there's thousands of business listings. Of course, there's Apple Maps that you can get your business on. There's Snapchat, there's Waze, there's Yellow Pages, there's Yelp, there's an endless amount of them. So having these directories and citations set up will add votes to your website, and the more votes you have from other external listings will maybe give you a one-up on your competition. Google looks at everything that they use as ranking factors, and they look between different websites to say, or businesses, what are the differences between these businesses, and if you have things that another business doesn't, or maybe you have better of something or more of something, that might be a checkbox for you that Google will give you credit or more credit over another business. So these are things that you can do to manage your online presence from a local level. I always shoot for any business listing that you can add your website if you have a website. You can also use tools to help with that. One I really like is called Bright Local. The big thing about that is you create a scorecard or a profile card about your business, and it does a lot of these buildings for you. A lot of the stuff is manual. So if you want to speed things up and get a lot of these citations done quickly, you can set up something like Bright Local and push them out across many different listings and do it quickly and save yourself a lot of time. It also helps you clean up and correct any duplicate listings or misinformation or errors, and it just saves you a ton of time. And again, prioritize listings that you can add your website to if you have one over another one that doesn't allow you to do that. Again, a backlink from a website is kind of a vote for your website. I hear a lot of people in Facebook groups and detailed communities say that backlinks aren't that important anymore, which is false. They still are, but you want high quality links. You don't want junk. And these are easy ones to get that have a little value for you, and they're not spam. So you can definitely use backlinks. Just make sure you're doing it the right way. Back to what I said on one of the first slides is ask any partners you have or organizations or governing bodies near you that will allow you to add your website, even if it's a cheap amount, cost to you, like the Chamber of Commerce or Business Network International, BNI, which is a great networking group, or maybe you're part of another local organization or a church or whatever it might be. Ask them to link to your business, your website. If you don't have a website, they can still link to your business. They can link to your Google My Business account or maybe your Facebook account, and that's all stuff that adds up over time. It builds trust. Any local news sources maybe that are looking for an event or help on something, maybe you could be a local source for them on maybe a car wash at a high school, whatever it might be, and you can ask them, hey, I'm doing this, or maybe they're covering that story. You can add, if they have an online presence, maybe they can add a link to your business or your socials. And again, make sure your social sites are included. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. And another one that people forget about is Nextdoor. Make sure you have a business listing on Nextdoor. You can promote your business in Nextdoor. You can run ads on Nextdoor, but it's a great way to connect with your community and build up another presence that you might not get elsewhere. So you may not have a website, but you can leverage all these other free social sites for, building out your visibility at a local level. And my thoughts overall, local SEO is the single most impactful thing I think you could do for any business. It's free for the most part, unless you get into adding other citations like Yelp or paying for business listings or paying for organizations like the local Chamber of Commerce that might charge you. It's free to use Google My Business. It's free to build pages on your site usually. These are all things you can control. You need to just put in the work and roll up your sleeves and put in the elbow grease. But it's a great way for you to make a huge impact on your business. A lot of detail shops based on the weather, maybe it's raining or snowing or too cold for you to go out there. Like those are the times that you have to make an impact on all this stuff, build new content, make a blog post, make a social post, add a post on your Google My Business, and just keep maintaining your business like you're maintaining a client's car. You got to keep doing it, and it helps with offsetting your paid advertising costs. And then when you do paid advertising costs, it's kind of a great way to make a 360 approach and complement one another. And a lot of times your paid advertising costs will improve and not be as expensive if your website's done really, really well. And you have good content, good information, click-through rates are better, people are interacting with your site better, you have information on there that people like. These are all things that can help lower your advertising costs and just grow your business. So these are just things that I recommend for any business, whether you're a mobile detailer, maybe you have a distribution company, maybe you're a product company making ceramic coatings, rinseless washes, shampoos, whatever it is. Local SEO is easy to do, and it's something that every business should do. And then if you want to get a hold of me, I do consulting. I do a lot of free work for people in the detailing community and can offer more insights. Here's my information here. In the next episode, I'll probably dive into an extension of local SEO, but more on page type of work. So you already have a website. How can we make it better? That probably would be episode number 2 to just layer in on this. So if you have any other questions, reach out to me. I'll include my Instagram and some other contact information in the description below. And I look forward to working with all of you. So keep going and work on the details of your business, not just your detailing. And we'll see you on the next one.